Call 911. The church is on fire. Mayday. S.O.S. Call 911. The church is on fire, and it is not on fire for the Lord. A physical fire can destroy a church building and turn it into ashes. A spiritual fire may render its mission ineffective and worthless. An alarming bark, dog alerts owner to fire at Summers Church. In northern Westchester County, a faithful dog was alert when a fire broke out at the Yorktown Assembly of God Church. The dog sounded the alarm by barking real loud. A ravaging fire has been burning within the Adventist church for several decades, but the Adventist dogs were sound asleep and did not bark. A fire at a church in northern Westchester County could have been a whole lot worse, and now the congregation is thanking both firefighters and a local dog for saving their building. A short in the lights that illuminated a huge cross sparked a fire at Yorktown Assembly of God Church in Summers in the middle of the night. A German shepherd named Bear, who lives across the street, smelled the smoke and alerted his owner, Kim Lewis. "I was awakened by Bear. He had an alarming bark. It was very unusual," says Lewis. "I opened the blinds and I saw the church on fire." Lewis called 911, ran across the street and woke up Lisa Wayne, who lives next door to the church and works there as an administrator. Crews from 7 firehouses rushed to the scene to put out the flames. The worshippers of Yorktown Assembly of God Church in Summers were lucky. There was a watchdog who was alert and did what dogs are supposed to do: sound the alarm. The Adventist worshippers were not so lucky. The fire burned for several decades unabated. Finally, on October 16, 2019, the General Conference decided to intervene. A new document on abortion was approved by the GC Executive Committee. "It is a good document," commented Pastor Doug Batchelor. But the spiritual fire was not extinguished completely. Section 6 of the pro-life document was left open for the killing of babies with birth anomalies. Lewis says fire officials told her that if the fire had raged for 10 more minutes, it would have spread through the attic and the whole building would have been lost. Most of the damage is on the outside of the building, but one would never know by looking at it. There's smoke and water damage inside the sanctuary that the church says will now force them to take their services outdoors. Many of those who look at the Adventist church tend to fail to notice the damage the elective abortion has done to our church's mission. Even our beloved evangelist Mark Finley was unable to detect said damage. He inspected the new document on abortion and opined that there was nothing wrong with it. When Adventist prolifers called his attention to the problem, he decided to hide the video documenting his blessing of the new Adventist document on abortion. My question is, how many violations of the 6th commandment are required to be guilty of murder? 10, 100, or 1,000 perhaps? Well, the Adventist Church is complicit for the killing of at least 250,000 unborn babies, because the most prolific serial killer of unborn babies the Adventist Church ever produced, publicly confessed to the crime. And the church, instead of reprimanding him and rejecting his blood-stained money, honored him as a great philanthropist at the 1990 General Conference session. Can you believe this? Isn't it time for our church to repent of the great sin of abortion and lead the church into a corporate confession? Save this video. Please, share this video with your friends. And watch the videos listed below. And post your comments below.